Hey folks, it's Red Clay again, and this is episode 7 on the series on the Alton gas project. I want to talk a little bit more about recovering the salt, which is what they do just about everywhere else in the world. According to the environmental assessment and Alton gas, it's not feasible to recover the salt. I have some real serious concerns and doubts if that is really the case, or whether it's a case of expediency to get the job done as quick as they can. So I did a little marketing research on my own. I've had a limited company since 1991, and I've marketed some pretty odd things over the years. Anyone who knows me personally can attest to the fact that that is true. All over the world, locally. Anyway, it's not about me. It's needless to say, I'm not afraid to take a go at marketing just about anything. So I thought, well, I'll take a go at marketing some salt. Now, I don't know who they got to do their exhaustive marketing research. I've never seen any documents. I'm not saying they don't exist, but I would expect if due diligence was done that there should be a lot of work done to try to sell that salt as an alternative to pumping it into the river. Now, I made one cold call. I'm not going to say to who, but it is a major player in the salt business. And I sold all of that salt on one phone call. Prices go from $125 a ton for lower grade salt up to $200 a ton for higher grade salt, which would be table salt. Now, it's the salt formation they're mining is halite, which is a high grade salt. So according to what I'm told, there should be a high percentage of table grade salt. Now, it is very expensive to build a desalination plant or ponds, or however you want to do it, a number of different ways, and it uses a lot of power to actually do it. So it is costly. There is no doubt about that. But costs weigh out against what you can get in return for the salt. There is at least $1 billion worth of salt that's going to be dumped into that river. Now, again, a lot of it is probably high-grade salt. The problem being with marketing high-grade salt is that these deposits have metals in them, and removing the metal is quite an expensive process to turn it into human-grade salt. So I had quite an extensive conversation with the gentleman about that. And therefore I said, well, what if we just reduced it to industrial feed grade salt or rock salt type of material, and went at the low end. It would still be $125 a ton. But the key word here is metals. Now, people in the industry will tell you that metals are a big problem as far as removing them for salt for consumption. So I don't see anything about removing metals in any of the filtering or the other processes that they plan on doing down by the river. So I'm going to put the challenge out today to Alton Gas. You know who I am, what my real name is, because you've got my business card that I deliver to your office personally. So if you want that salt marketed, I'll market every last bit of it for you. No problem whatsoever. And at a very, very reasonable fee. Way cheaper than anyone else is going to do it. So there's the challenge. I'll buy it all. All of it, folks. All 8.6 million cubic yards minus the other materials, which can be 10 to 20% according to industry standards. So there is no excuse for dumping that into the river. Why are we wasting a resource, throwing $1 billion away into the river and causing harm at the same time? Now that is something to think about, folks. Keep your eye on the ball. It's Red Clay signing off.